Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I made this dress. This is a halter neck top with a flare skirt. The skirt is already out on the channel. If you've not seen that, I'll be leaving a link down below for you to see it. So if you're interested in this, let's get to it. So the first thing about this top is to know what a halter neck means. A halter neck top is a top that doesn't have a shoulder seam. So I'm simply going to take care of the shoulder seam by creating a curve from the neck width down to the armhole. There are many ways to do this. You can either go down a little bit at your neck depth to create a curve. So this is based on your discretion. But for me, I'll be using this curve. So if you create a curve on a fabric, there'll be kind of a gaping hole at the side or the neck width. So to take care of this gaping or excess fabric, I'm going to go out from this princess dart line by an inch. I would advise you watch my princess dart tutorial if you've not done so already, because I started this tutorial from the pattern I made from that one. Now I'm going to connect this line to the main princess dart line, but what I did here was I checked the two lines to ensure that they have the same value and one was greater than the other, so I simply extended the shorter one to match up with the longer one, so that there will not be any remaining fabric when I'm joining the two parts together. And I simply connected that point to the armhole. Now for the collar of the halter neck, I'm simply going out by 2 inches from the neck width, and I'll extend this line down to the neck depth. Using my French curve, I'll make a curved line joining these 2 points together. So this forms my front collar of my halter neck top. That's about all for this front part. So I'm going to use my marker to highlight all my points so that you'll be able to see them clearly. So these points I'm highlighting are the points I'm going to be cutting through from. Moving on to the back piece, I'm still going to be using the pattern I used for drafting out the um the princess dart for that. So for before then, let me simply label. This is my front collar. This will be cut on a fold, and it's my center front, and this is my side front. So I'll cut through this part and I will show you by the end of this video. So this point should be a notch where the front piece will join to the collar of the front bodice. Moving on to the back piece, I simply use that pattern I used for my princess dart, and I'm simply going to repeat the the back collar for my halter neck similarly to the one I did in the front, which is I went out by 2 inches to create a curve. Now for the curve of the armhole, I'm going out again same way I did for the front, from the neck width down to the armhole using a curved line. Again, you can decide to go a little bit below this to form your own. So but for me, this is what I'll be using. Now to remove the excess fabric because of the curve, I'm going out again by an inch on both sides of this line. As you can see, the point where the standard dart started is way too close to this point. So if I create a line to connect to that point, it will look a little bit odd. So now I'm going to go down from that point a little bit by 1.5 inches, and I'll connect that point to my the shoulder, the point I marked earlier, an inch I took out from both sides of the princess dart line, and I'm going to connect this point to the armhole curve. Now I'm simply checking again to ensure that both lines are the same dimension, the same length, and I'm adjusting it with the difference I got. So now I'm going to connect this point to my armhole. I'll go ahead to mark out the point I marked initially to create the collar of my back back bodice. Like I did before, let me simply mark out the points using my marker pen. So I extended this line to the zipper allowance, and I'm marking out the side of the pattern. So using these lines, I'm going to cut out the pattern pieces. I'll be having two for both sides and then a collar for the front and the back. I want to have a single collar. I do not want to have a seam at the collar. So I'm going to simply join the front collar to the back collar. So as you can see, I'm simply checking to see if everything aligns. Moving on, I'm going to place the pieces I got from the front and back patterns for the collar and merge them together, and to do so I'm simply going to overlap both pieces at 0.5 inches from the end. Now this is the allowance I would have used to join it, assuming I was making a full bodice with shoulder seam. So I'm going to mark half an inch from this point inward and mark half an inch again from this point inwards for the back piece, and I'll overlap both pieces at this point I marked. Now I'm simply going to trace out these patterns and create a single piece for my collar. Remember, this is the center front and it will be on a fold. Now I'll stop at that point I marked initially, the half an inch I took inwards for the overlapping of both pieces. Remember to place this notch where the front piece will join to the collar piece. Now I'm overlapping the back piece and I'm tracing it out. Remember, I'm going to be adding half an inch sewing allowance all around this piece, aside from the center front and the center back. So I'll be using it to turn it over with the lining. So these are the points where the front piece will join to the back, to the collar piece. This is the back piece and it will be placed this way. And this is the front piece. So I'm going to cut out this piece and label it. So that's almost about all for the patterns. I've gotten all my pattern pieces. Remember, this point that is a little bit pointed, I'm going to make it curvier so that to be able to relax on the shoulder. So after cutting, I'm going ahead to assemble my pieces. I'll be having the center piece, center front, center side front, center back and side back with a single piece as my collar. So guys, this will be all for this part of the video. I'll be making the next part where I made the complete halter neck top. You can check it out in the channel. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Bye guys.